Hello students, today let's discuss the strategic intent elements. So in the previous video we already discussed about the first element of strategic intent, that is a vision statement, and today let's see it's a continuation part, that is second element, mission. Mission describes the firm's business, its goals, and ways to reach the goals. So it will describe about the business carried by a firm and goals of a business or firm and how to reach that goal. That is defined by a mission statement of an organization. Mission will explain you that is a reason for the existence of the firm in the society. So why the company is formed, for what purpose it is formed, that will be explained by the mission statement. It helps to understand the purpose of the company for the shareholders and investors. Shareholders or investors, uh, they are going to invest in a company, so they want to know for what purpose their money is being used. So the mission statement will explain you that which activity is carried by the company, and for that purpose the money which is invested by them is used. It helps to identify what business company undertakes. So which kind of business company is carrying, that we can identify with a mission statement. It defines the present capabilities, activities, customer focus, and role in society. So, where vision statement, it will tell you about the future prospects, about the dream of the company, how it want to be in future. So that will be explained by the vision statement. But here, mission statement, it will tell you about present capabilities. So what are the internal aspects or resources company is having, and what are the activities that it is undertaking, which kind of customer it want to focus, so what are the what role company is playing in a society. It means about present, that is explained by a mission statement. So let's see the definition of mission. In the words of Thompson, mission is the essential purpose of the organization concerning particularly why it is in existence, the nature of business it is in, and customer it seeks to serve and satisfy. So mission statement, it will tell you about the purpose of the organization, that is why it is formed and which kind of business it is carrying and which customer it wants to serve. So that is uh, described by a mission statement. Let's see the essentials of a good mission statement. Clarity. A mission statement that must have a clarity. It should be understandable for the stakeholders, that what kind of business company is carrying. Precise. A mission statement should not be too broad. If it is too broad, then it will become a meaningless, and should not be too narrow also. If it becomes too narrow, then it will restrict the growth of the company. So that's why mission statement that should not be too broad or too narrow. It should be precise. It should give. It should be. It is very short, and it should uh, give correct idea that what company is doing now. Realistic. A mission should have always aim at high, but it should not be impossible statement. It should be realistic and achievable also. And the stakeholder should understand what company is doing now, or what company is planning to do. Then, inspiring. A mission statement should be motivating for people both inside and outside the organization. Inside the organization means the employees or management. So the mission statement that should be understandable, and that should motivate these people or encourage these people to do their best. That is, employees are going to perform what is defined in a mission statement. That's why that mission statement should be understandable for the employees and also for the outsiders. Your outsider means investors. They should understand that why, or for what purpose organization raising fund and how it is using that fund. They should feel it is worthwhile working for the organization. That is, employees, they should feel worthwhile working for the organization. Then focus on customer rather than product. Mission statement should focus on needs and wants of customers, which define a business, and not on the product. So here concentration is more on the customers or customer group it want to serve. And identity and image. A good mission statement must create a distinctive image of the organization, and it should make a different from competitors. For example, BSNL, its mission statement is connecting it. It is very clear that what it wants to do. It want to connect people or connect India through the networks. Specific. Mission should be specific. They must define the competitive scope within which company will operate. So what are the areas it wants to serve? So that is defined by a mission statement. So that's why it should be specific. It should clear. Values, beliefs and philosophy. So mission statement that should cover or that should include the values, beliefs and philosophy of the company. Otherwise it is not possible to achieve the mission statement. So while framing a mission statement, the employees or the management people who is forming a mission, they should cover or they should take into consideration the values, beliefs and philosophy of the organization. These are the examples of mission statement. Cadbury India, their mission statement is to attain leadership position in the confectionery market and achieve a strong national presence in the food drinks sector. So here which area they want to cover, that is confectionery market, so chocolate industries. So where target group is definitely youngsters or children, and also food drinks. So it gives a clear idea that what kind of business it want to carry and who are the customers. Ranbaxy Laboratories, their mission statement is to become research based international pharmaceutical company. Here it will tell you about what kind of business it is carrying, that is pharmaceutical. So research based international pharmaceutical company. So it's very clear. ONGC. ONGC's mission statement is to stimulate, continue, and accelerate efforts to develop and maximize the contribution of the energy sector to the economy of the country. So here, target market is entire country. Product is your energy. That means that they are producing. So these are the examples of mission statement. Difference between vision and mission. First difference is nature. Vision is forward looking and mission states what organization is, why and why it is in existence. So vision statement is about future prospects, and mission statement will tell you about the present aspects of the business. Focus. Vision focus on long term concept and high achievement level for the organization, and focus of mission is on what organization purposes to do for its stakeholders. So vision statement is broad in nature, it is long term in nature, and it will relating to achievement level. That means it will define a goal and what the activities are planned, that is explained by a vision statement. But here mission statement, it will tell you about the various activities company is doing now for the satisfaction of its stakeholders. Elements. Next element of strategic intent is business definition. It is a clear statement of the business that organization engages at present or wishes to pursue in future. So it is a statement about the business that organization is carrying at present or it wants to do in future. It specifies the area in which organization will function and competes. It will specify the area in which, for example, a car manufacturing industry, so where concentration is on automobile industry, like that. It specify the area. It defines what needs company is trying to satisfy to which customer group, it is targeting, and by the technologies it will use and functions it will perform in serving the target market. Business definition will describe you which customer group you want to target, and how you will reach their specifications or wants. By the technologies means what way you are using for satisfying the needs of customers, and functions it will means which are the activities you will undertake for serving the needs. It defines business along three dimensions, that is, customer groups, customer needs, and alternative technologies. Customer group in the sense who is being satisfied, to whom you are going to satisfy. Customer needs means what is being satisfied, what or which need you are going to satisfy. Then alternative technology in the sense how the need is being satisfied, how you are going to satisfy a need, a particular need of a customer. For example, Kodak India, its business definition is a quality oriented photographic system appealing to the customer who desires instant photography. So here the customer, which kind of customer? Customer who wants to take photography. So which kind, what is his want? He wants instant photography, immediately want to get photo. So here which technology they are using, how they are going to take photos, that is with the quality oriented photographic system. So these three dimensions are covered in this business definition. Criteria of an effective business definition, that is an an effective business definition should include a statement of products, markets, and functions. So here they have to cover which kind of product they want to produce and which market they want to cover and what are the activities they are going to take. Business definition should be precise as possible. It should be clear, it should be simple. The statement should also include or it should indicate the kind of management desired and policies necessary to attain the vision. So which kind of management policies they want to frame, and that is to meet the mission statement. Statement should provide necessary direction for the formulation of strategies. So here a business definition will tell you that which kind of business company is carrying. So for example, you want to produce or you want to manufacture a 5G mobile. So here is a business. So customer is mobile users. So which are the plans you have to do? So depending on the idea, you are going to make a plan. Depending on the idea, different strategies have been formulated. So the statement, business statement or business definition, that should give direction to the formulation of strategies, for formulating a strategy. So here the examples of business definition. Hindustan Unilever, it is a FMCG company. So here business definition to meet every needs of people everywhere with branded products. So here it says which kind of needs, every needs. Customers are relating to FMCG. So every needs like Hindustan Unilever, it is producing what? Shampoos, soaps, then detergents, perfumes. So everything is produced. So every needs of general needs or basic needs that are satisfied, they are trying to satisfy those needs with branded, with good quality products. Modern foods, the second one, bakery, nutritional foods to the public who prefer instant foods. So they targeting a market of bakery. They want to provide nutritional foods who want fresh, immediate. Then Indian oil, petro products, to provide various types of safe and cost effective energy. So Indian Oil, they want to provide safe and cost effective energy to the customers. Hero Cycles, companies of bicycles, they want to give valuable bicycles for the common people with the affordable price. Next element is business model. So business model will tell you about the strategy for the effective operation of the business. It ascertains source of income, desired customer base, and financing details. It will have to ascertain internal aspects like the sources of income company has, and which group of customers it want to serve, and what are the financial requisites. So that is ascertained in a business model. So it is about formulating a strategy. While formulating a strategy, you need to monitor the internal aspects. It indicates how the strategies will allow the company to gain competitive advantage and achieve superior profitability. So it will tell you, or it will formulate a strategy, and that strategy will tell you that how the competitive advantage can be gained, and how you can make a profit. So the strategy formulated by the organization will provide a direction for getting a competitive advantage, or for becoming different from or unique from competitors. Then elements of a business model. A business model articulates value proposition, that is how the value is created to the customers. So here it will formulate a strategy that it will tell you that how your product will satisfy a customers, how it will create a value for the customers, means how the product is going to satisfy customers, and customers will feel that product is very important for them. It identifies the market segment, that is for whom and for what needs organization offering is relevant, and what would be the revenue model. That means it will tell you about the opportunities which are available in a market and how to grab that opportunities. That means which kind of customers and which kind of needs are not satisfied. So that is identified here. So if you grab that opportunity, if it is it possible to earn a revenue, is it possible to get a profit. It defines the value chain within an organization, would create and distribute the offering and nature of complementary assets needed to support to the organization position. It will tell you that the idea which you have generated, or the plan which you made, how it is going to benefit the organization. It estimates the cost structure, profit potential of the offering given the value proposition and the structure of value chain. While making a strategy, while making a plan, where we are going to estimate the cost structure, means cost of the product, what should be the cost of the product, and they will consider what is the selling price, and what is the profit margin. So there the planning is done with regard to the cost, profit, and selling price. It describes the position of the organization in the value network linking customers and suppliers, and identifies potential complementers and competitors. It will tell you about the position of the organization in customers, with customers and suppliers, and complementers and competitors. It stimulates a competitive strategy to gain and sustain competitive advantage at the marketplace. So it will tell you here, it will tell you that your strategy, how it is possible to gain competitive advantage, and how that competitive advantage can be retained in a market. And the last element is goals and objectives. Goals denote what organization hopes to accomplish in future. So it will tell you about future dreams of an organization, and goals are the ends that state specifically how the goals shall be achieved. So it will tell you the routes for reaching the goal. So I won't explain much about this element, because about goals and objective we already discussed in a previous class. So essentials of a valid objective. First, essentially is it should be understandable. Objectives must be understandable by those who are responsible for achieving them. Who will be responsible for achieving objective? That is the employees. Otherwise, no action may be taken, or wrong action might be taken. Concrete and specific. Uh, Organization's objective that must be concrete and it should be specific. For example, the objective of organization is to increase the sales. It is very clear. And or it wants to increase sales by 10% by next year. So it's specific when it wants to achieve, that is by next year. It's very concrete and it's very specific. Time bound. Objectives should have a time frame so that managers know the duration within which objectives have to be achieved. So in the previous example what I said, we want to increase our sales by 10% by next year. So what is the time duration? That is 1 year is a time duration, so that managers will know that within which they need to uh, achieve the objective. Measurable. Objective must be such that performance can be compared and controlled with them. It should be result oriented rather than activity oriented. So we can measure the objective. So the previous example want to increase sales by 10%. So when that time is finished, that time we'll be getting to know whether that 10% sale is increased or not. Challenging. The objective should be challenging, but it should be realistic. I want to increase sales by 2000%. It's very challenging, definitely, but it is very difficult. And sometimes it is, sometime not sometime, definitely it is not possible to increase sales by 2000% by the next month. So objective should be challenging, but should not be like unrealistic. Interrelated. Objective set in different areas must balance with each other. That means there will be different departments or divisions in an organization, like manufacturing department, sales department, finance department. So the different objectives set by each divisions, that should be related to each other. Otherwise it will lead to a conflict. It will become inconsistent with the long term objective. Set within constraint. Objective should be set within constraints. While setting objective, we should consider what are the resources which organization have. There should be monitoring of or assessment of internal resources. Otherwise it will difficult or it will become difficult to achieve the objective. For example, I'm running a small scale business, and now I want to acquire Infosys. So how big company it is? So here constraint is finance. So while setting objective, you should consider what are your limitations. This is about objective. So here we're done with elements of strategic intent. In the next class, we'll discuss about different strategies or different levels of strategies. Thank you.